Now the topic before us is types of database servers. There are multiple types of database servers. We will discuss a few of them. First is centralized database servers, then distributed database servers, operational database servers, and cloud based. First is centralized database servers. Here we have given the picture of centralized database server. It does not mean that it is actually placed in at the central place and the clients are located around it. It means that the server is located in a single location. This is a database server that stores all of the data for an organization in a single location, and all the users of that organization access the data from that centralized database server. They are commonly used, that is, the centralized database servers are commonly used in small to medium sized organizations, because these servers may not be able to handle the load if the amount of data increases. For example, if we take this example, suppose this database server is in a position to handle say 600 clients, but if the workload increases and the number of users or the employees in the organization increase to 1000, but the capacity of the database server is only to handle up to 7000 users, so the centralized database server is or may not be able to handle the load if the amount of data increases, or if the number of users or the amount of data increases, the centralized database server may not be in a position to efficiently perform its function. So next is distributed database servers. In this picture you can see that these are the three servers. It means that the servers are located at different locations. They are interconnected with one another, and each server handles some portion of the data. If there is a problem with any particular server, say this one, it is having some problem and it is not working properly, then the working of the entire system will naturally get affected, and any request which goes to this server will be fail. There is somehow automatic system that it that this server is automatically made to work properly, but many times the one particular or the other server which is the part of the distributed database server may not work, and it may require manual intervention. Manual intervention means the hardware may have to be changed, or the software of the hardware may have to be changed, or some other steps may have to be taken to get the work on streamline. Now we will read what is written. Distributed database servers spread data across multiple servers that work together as a single unified system, that as a single server. Each server in the distributed database is responsible for managing a portion of the data, and they collaborate. They work in unison to provide a unified view of the database. As the data and the workload grows, more servers can be added. For example, if the number of users are increasing, so say here the users have increased or the data has increased, we can add more servers here, and all will be interconnected with each other. Say this here, more servers can be added in the distributed database server if the number of users or the database workload increases. Distributed database servers are preferred by large organizations with extensive data requirements and a large number of users. If it is expected that the number of users are going to increase or the volume of the data is going to increase, then the distributed database servers are the good choice for the organizations. In the distributed database, if one server goes out of order or becomes unavailable, the portion of the data it manages becomes temporary unavailable. Any requests for data residing on the downed server will fail until the server is restored or replaced. The performance of the entire system may be affected. Other servers might need to handle additional requests, potentially leading to increased response times. As the workload on the other server increases, if a particular server fails, then the response time will naturally increase. Automatic recovery and monitoring systems help mitigate the effects. It means that though there are automatic systems which take care of the after effects of such a situation, but in many cases manual intervention becomes necessary to resolve the issue and restore the failed server. And the steps to be taken may include hardware replacement, software update, or identifying and fixing any network related problems. Next is operational database servers. These servers focus on supporting day-to-day operations of the organization. These servers are designed to handle real-time data processing. These servers are operational. These servers are crucial, important for applications where data is constantly changing. In other words, we can say that these servers are useful in areas such as banking systems, e-commerce platforms, and online booking systems. Next is cloud-based data servers. From the name, it is clear that the servers are hosted in the cloud, but it does not mean that they are actually located in the clouds which we see in the sky. It means that the servers are not located on the premises, but they are located in the data centers which are owned and operated by third party cloud providers. They are accessible via internet. That is, these servers can be accessed via internet. Customers or organizations which want to avail the services of the cloud based servers can avail the services on rent or on lease from the cloud service providers. The cloud service providers take care of hardware maintenance, security, backup, and other operational tasks. It may be possible that the organization does not want to take the headache of maintaining the hardware or software update or other technical or other problems which may be involved in purchasing and maintaining own database server. So they may think that a huge amount in the shape of cost may have to be incurred to purchase a database server, and maintaining it will also require budgetary allocations. So keeping in view the various such points, some organizations deem it fit to avail the services of cloud based data servers whose services can be availed on rent or on lease. Examples of cloud-based service providers include Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud, etc. The best type of server. What is the best server for an organization? It will depend on the specific needs of the organization. If an organization wants that it needs to share the data across multiple departments, it may use centralized database server. On the other hand, if an organization expects that its workload will increase very shortly, or it needs to improve scalability, then it will naturally use distributed database server. Because if it is expecting that users will increase or that the database is going to increase enormously, it will naturally use distributed database server so that it can use or add more servers to the system to take care of the additional workload. On the other hand, there may be some other organizations who want or who need to store and manage vast amount of data. They would like to use operational database servers. Then there are some other points also which need to be considered while choosing a database server. That is the size of the organization. A large organization will naturally like to have a very powerful database server as compared to a smaller organization, because the smaller organization will naturally have to deal with only lower number of users, and it will naturally have to deal with lower amount of data. Then the other point is type of data. A database server that stores structured data will be different from a database server that stores unstructured data. Structured data means the data is follows a structure, that is in the form of a particular tables where there are rows. There is a particular structure, but there are other types of data which are called unstructured. Unstructured means audio files, video files, social media posts, emails. They do not have any particular structure. This is unstructured data. So to handle the structured data or unstructured data, the database servers are different. Next point is budget. If we want a very powerful database server, so the budget will naturally have to be on the higher side. But if we want a less powerful database server, less powerful, because we have to handle only few users, or our requirement of is of only a small amount of data that needs to be handled by the database server, we will need lower level of database server which is in a position to handle only a small data. Thanks for watching. If you like our course, please spare some time to give a star rating to our course.